Don't call the cops. Put me in a cell, don't call my mom. All she does is yell, don't call the preacher. Me go to hell, don't call the cops. 'Cause I don't wanna live anymore. Give me some rope. Make it up to think, give me some pills. Yeah, feel kinda sick, turn on the gas. That'll do the trick, don't call the cops. 'Cause I don't wanna live anymore. 'Cause I don't wanna live. Don't wanna give no more. Don't wanna live no more. Give me a pen. Gotta write a note, gotta make it quick. No antidote and when I'm done. Yeah, that's all she wrote, don't call the cops. 'Cause I don't wanna live anymore. 'Cause I don't wanna live anymore. 'Cause I don't wanna live anymore.
Break for days, I'm the main man if you're paraded away. Okay, my day is coming, simply coming, no extravagant fun, but I'll be a fuck this. No guns, but you seem to cause a ruckus. Why in the fuck do I simply love this shit? I get it, as I grab the rope and continue to gnaw. You've taken notice to these great magnificent jaws that have taken you so far, solving every problem, no intricate cause, but now I'm seeming to cause them awful. Why don't I grab hold and twist a little more? Doesn't it burn, feeling the pain through every course I never ignored, but instead of enduring, store was a promise I saw that was never enforced.
That's it. You may have a different name for it. You may have a different scenario, or maybe you may be doing it with someone else, but there are people that just care too much. I guess I can say that, care too much.
Yeah, I'm back, bitches. Women are equal and they deserve respect. Just kidding, they should suck my dick. Vagina, vagina. I wanna have sex with your vagina. Vagina, vagina. 2 + 2 = vagina. My love is like lightning. It gives girls orgasms. My dick is like an airplane. It gives girls orgasms. I'm the Wayne Gretzky of sexual stuff. I'm the Hulk Hogan of slamming muff. I'm the Indiana Jones of exploring crotch. I'm the Shakespeare of enormous cock. I'm the Helen Keller of having sex. No, wait, that's a bad example. Why did my penis cross the road? To get to the other vagina. Vagina. I wanna have sex with your vagina. 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 E equals MC vagina. I've got a present for you right here. Actually, it's not a present, it's my penis. And I like to call it the spear. Cause spears are long and hard, just like my penis. I don't like it when you talk, cause that just means you're not sucking my cock. Love is for girls and gays. If you wanna be with me, it goes one of two ways. Either you have sex with me, or you have sex with me. I have really good sex moves that I learned in China. I'm a sexual tiger, and I feed on vagina. Vagina, vagina. I wanna have sex with your vagina. Vagina, vagina. What time is it? It's vagina. What's the difference between a girl's mouth and a girl's vagina? There is none. I want my penis to be inside both of those things. I'm a good sex man. Girls love my sex. I'm a good sex man, 'cause my sex is the best. I'm like Jean-Claude Van Damme, but instead of fighting people, I have sex with them.
Motherfuckers always wanna get the gun run, killing niggas like it's all for fun. But you know how I roll, put the pedal to the flow like the Bone Thugs with the murder mode. Get your hoe and let's go. Rap die somewhere along the way, everybody knowing it was gonna die someday. But it ain't for me, no tragedies. Been coming to a close and you had to see. Don't be mad at me, for I speak the truth. And when it comes to wartime, man, I lace my boots. But all truth be told, man, I ain't got time. My homie shouldn't have to die, cause I spit you a rhyme. Should I had to die, cause I'm better than you. I got lyrical slugs that ain't verbal dispute. Clown ass motherfuckers trying to ruin the game. Bitches just like you, it's why it's not the same. Go ahead, spark a flame and fucking shoot the breeze. Like the clinic down the street, I put you down with ease. With my homie C's, young homie to God. These niggas know the truth and it ain't that hard to spit hot bars with a real life twist. Never met a dude that can go hard like this. It's the price you pay for this game we play. I refuse to be the reason niggas die today. All my homies, I got love for you and we roll mad deep to keep the beef in order. Dennis and C's, Bud and Grub, I won't see y'all face down in the mud. GWK and on standby, I protect your neck until the day I die. Code Red and Local, we born Jeff. I fight for y'all until my dying breath. Max and Herm, Carlay and Young, I stand with you until the day is done. Invisible and homie Revolved, I'ma stick with y'all until the shit resolved. It's thrilling, ridiculous. I ride with yous and will not quit. All my homies, I got love for you and we roll tight to keep the beef in order. I put the mic down and stay far, far away. If it means my life for just one more day. For me, all my homies, man, I take the bullet and then take my place right atop the pulpit. Can't you see, man, I give it all up for him in the waiting room with a coffee cup. Waiting for a doctor to say he's okay. Man, I give my own life to avoid that day that I see one of y'all up in a hospital bed. Cause someone got mad and started spraying the lead. See, all that it took was just one punchline. And he had enough and went and grabbed his nine. It's a story of the hip and how he lost his hop and how the violence kicks off when the music stops. People seem to care more about the buckshot spread than what comes out the speakers when they press play. It's a goddamn shame the shit we come to, regardless of what the fuck I've been through. I wouldn't take a man's life cause of poems and beats. Words ain't my reason for concealing the heat. In sleet or snow, I stand by my word. Motherfuckers come around acting like they heard when they don't know shit. This is dead, my bitch. We get rich quick and don't need the clips. All my homies, I got love for you and we roll mad deep to keep the beef in order. Dennis and C's, Pride and Grub, I won't see y'all face. Down in the mud, DWK and on standby. I protect your neck until the day I die. Code Red and Local, we born and Jeff. I'll fight for y'all until my dying breath. Max and Herm, Carlay and Young, I stand with you until the day is done. Invisible and homie Revolve, I'ma stick with y'all until the shit resolve. It's thrilling, ridiculous. I ride with yous and will not quit. All my homies, I got love for you and we roll tight to keep the beef in order. One way or another, this is word to your mother. We gon' stop the violence and resort to something other. Wait, here we go. It's 3 to the 4. Rap is the reason that I'm knocking at your door. I'm here to deliver that spine tapping real lace with more soul than Lil Wayne can steal. Can you grasp the feel of this package for you? I know it's been a while since I heard it too. I believe it's called music, no strings attached. Dead Mind and Quentin's Kitchen, it's a perfect match. Monarch is what came from the egg we hatch, and we make more hits than a boxing match. With the niggas in the kitchen, we don't need to be a wishing. Catch this nigga on the boat, that's right, I'm out there with the fishing. Like they were real killers, but it's not the same. These dudes knows little more than insurance claims. I said change the game or lose the hope. The rap game as we know it's at the end of its rope. Give it more rope and it would hang itself, just to keep it so Lil Wayne could sell. Say fuck that man, we don't need that shit. We need to come together and we need to do it quick. Rise up together cause united we stand, or be another castle that was made in the sand. All my homies, I got love for you and we roll mad deep to keep the beef in order. Dennis and C's, Pride and Grub, I won't see y'all face. Down in the mud, DWK and on standby. I protect your neck until the day I die. Code Red and Local, we born and Jeff. I'll fight for y'all until my dying breath. Max and Herm, Carlay and Young, I stand with you until the day is done. Invisible and homie Revolve, I'ma stick with y'all until the shit resolve. It's thrilling, ridiculous. I ride with yous and will not quit. All my homies, I got love for you and we roll tight to keep the beef in order.
Dude, yeah, Snipes Music, .com.
I live in a world with nothing sacred. My heart's wasted. Nothing will change until I'm be strong. God, I'm almost there. Can I be a happy man? One nightmare from happy land.
Snipes.
One nightmare from happy land.
Oh shit, Saturday night, 12:30 at night. The fuck am I doing? Nothing. That's what. I have no ideas for this show. No idea what the fuck I'm gonna say. Help me out, chat. Give me my content. Give me my content. Let me suck the power out of you. Where the fuck is my Nightbot? Nightbot is a lazy motherfucker. He's showing up. I think he should be showing up. Why isn't he showing up? Let's see if my audio's good. Am I too loud? Plenty of dead air for you. How you like that, guys? He ain't showing up. Nothing but dead air. But my audio seems okay, so that's good. That's always good news. Eric, how you doing? Man, my background music is way too loud in these cans. Way too loud. So it's gotta come down some. How do I make that happen? Oh wait, I know. I turn the volume down. There we go. Oh, that's better. That's so much better. That was blasted. Blasted in my ear. Oh, sorry. That should not be burping in my mic. That's terrible. That's got no etiquette. I have no class. No class whatsoever. Man, let's see. I had ideas. As soon as I turn on my live stream, it all just goes out the window because I'm trying to get motherfucking things working. Why doesn't YouTube work? You go into OBS, set up things, and it says go live, then it doesn't go live. You gotta go live from the YouTube page, and then go live from your OBS. These things don't seem to work the way they should. I don't like it. My chat still doesn't load in my OBS studio. I wish it would. It doesn't. Ah, just sitting around and getting stoned. Ain't that great? Wish I still did that. I may start up again. Who knows? Maybe someday. Probably not any day soon. Got my sun kissed. It's very delicious. I also have an RC right behind it as a backup. This RC is also delicious. A little too carbonated, I'm coming to realize. A little too carbonated. I like a flat pop. I don't like a completely flat pop, but I don't mind it. If it's cold, it's fine. You got a little too much carbonation in the RC. Gives you the gas. Still feel like this. How's this working here? It's a little too carbonated. A little too carbonated. And I can say that I think my mic either needs to be closer to my face or turned up a little bit right here. Just turn it up right till we get to peak. Where's my peak at? Come on, peek out. Here we go. Can we peek? Can I talk louder? There we go. Oh yeah. That seems better. Ah, such an amateur. Such an amateur. It's terrible. Yeah, it does give you the burpees. It got all the burpees. And if you don't happen to burp, if it doesn't come out that end, it goes out the other end. Which is kind of nice, because sometimes it forces large, solid waste to go out too. So you get like an air cannon, you know? You get that air cannon thing going on, it's just like, boom. It splashes on the water. And you try and get that splash to come all the way up, and it just works like a bidet. And that's how you get, that's efficiency. That's efficiency. I keep repeating myself so I don't have dead air. There's going to be dead air. It's fucking YouTube. I'm not a professional. Do you think I prepared for this show? No. Oh, like I could pull a social wreck and be like, well, let's see here what I'm going to talk about tonight. I don't know. I just sit around and just think about how everything is meaningless. How I shouldn't do anything. I'm just sitting in my basement. I wish I had my dog down here. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is what kills me about Rec. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw out the criticism. It's just nothing but it's like he doesn't want to allow himself to be what he wants to be or something. I don't know what it is. Like, how are you gonna get on and go live and then just be like, I should do an entire stream like that. I should be like, man, YouTube is stupid. I mean, YouTube is stupid. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, the world is rigged against you. And that doesn't mean you're going to fail, okay? You're going to fail, and the world isn't fair, and it's rigged against you, and it wants you dead. Alright? But you don't you don't just not live. You don't, just because you know the game is rigged, doesn't mean you don't play it. You gotta play it. There's no other choice. It's just sitting around bored waiting to die instead of just at least repeating the same random actions to keep you, I guess, entertained waiting to die. Either way, you're waiting to die. You might as well do something you're comfortable with. Oh no. Just wish I had a pool. Or actually, he doesn't wish he had a pool. He's going to build one. And it's going to be a giant pool party. And everyone's going to come. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be like hot dogs and blind people. And, trailer parks and stuff. All outside the house in a ring. It'll be great. Shots fired. Not really. I think he obviously knows what he says. I actually think he just gets online to convince himself to keep going in some way. I don't know. It's like a weird sort of therapy for him. And it's entertaining. And he's fun to interact with. I'm sure he's probably watching. He said he was going to watch. And it says there's 3 people. I'm guessing one of them's Nightbot not doing his job. And you and me. Oh yeah, I'm watching it, so it's just you and I. His wife is gonna cook. She's gonna make the best potato salad we've ever eaten. That's what's gonna happen. She's gonna make the best potato salad. And see, that's what I'm saying. We all know that this isn't gonna happen, but you still believe it. You still make fun. You still, I don't know, make fun is the right word. You still make light of it. You still act as if you got something to do or something good might happen, even though ultimately it all ends in death and decay. That's fine. Death and decay it's just entropy. It's not a big problem. I used a big boy word. It's a big galaxy brain word right there, entropy. A little thermodynamics. Yes, and coleslaw. Man, speaking of random salads that are, cobbled together. For dinner tonight, we had a crab cake. It wasn't very good. The problem with this crab cake is, for one, a crab cake should be pan fried and not baked in an oven. For 2, or deep fried. But I don't know, it was one of the Gordon's crab cakes, and it was very, I don't know, how do you put it? It was like had the consistency of tuna salad that's been warmed up, that's been shredded way too much. And I like a crab cake, but it has to have some differences in, it has to have some textural differences as you eat through it. Did you have burgo? What the fuck is burgoo? We had a crab cake. And we had shrimp. I don't even know what burgoo is. Bear goo? Explain, Eric. You know what I ought to do? You don't Discord. I should get Hangouts. And you should come on the show, Eric. Maybe next week or the week after. We'll have Eric. Maybe Eric could be a co-host. How would you like that? Do you need a second job that doesn't pay you and makes you stay up late for no good reason? Even though obviously you're kind of up already at this time anyway. It'd be fun. You can be the failure to my Tonka. How would you like that? You've already got the same tone and register. I don't know. I'm actually not really trying to be all like, this is my co-host, and do that whole gimmick. It's just stew with everything. Like, oh, weird. Yeah, probably not tonight, because I don't know how to do that. I could probably link Discord somehow, but I'm already live and streaming, so I don't know. Wonder how hard that would be. Let's see. Go into OBS. Maybe not tonight. I don't know. Were you trying to do that tonight? Oh, cool. I can keep all the proceeds? That's good, because I was going to do it anyway. You know, unless it got to a certain amount to where I felt guilty for not throwing you off a few bucks. So then you gotta have your share of the super berries. Gotta have the super berries. So anyway, but back to this motherfucking crab cake. So it had the consistency of tuna salad, where everything was the same. And you have to have some textural differences. Like, I imagine a crab cake has some, like, crab, and then some sort of, like, it's like stuffing. You know what I mean? Like a bread pudding kind of thing mixed with crab. Well, and in those kinds of dishes, you need some texture, like chopped up celery bits that are crunchy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what that crab cake needed. Needed pan fried or deep fried, and it definitely needed some kind of textural stuff that, you know, broke up the flavor of just mush, just seafood mush. Tasted fine, just needed that going on. The shrimp was good. The we had coleslaw and pasta salad, which I don't know. It's two kinds of salad. And once you had here's the thing, the pasta salad was some kind of Parmesan rotini pasta salad that had like green peppers and onions and like a really bitey vinegar, and it was delicious. It was very good. Like, that to you, and you should have. Oh, I plan on it. You know, actually, babe, I'm going to stay on topic for a moment. Because I need to get better at that. I need to practice my focus so I don't sound like I need to take Ritalin. Or maybe I should just take Ritalin. I don't know. I'm not going to take Ritalin. But the pasta salad was this, you know, rotini-like pasta salad. Very, very bitey vinegar, onions, green peppers, bunch of some kind of spices, and like Parmesan. It was called Parmesan pasta salad rotini something. That was great. And then you had this like basic coleslaw next to it, which would be fine if you just had like mashed potatoes and like I don't know, some kind of other main course thing, to where that's the cold dish that makes it all pop, and you've got that. But when you had that bright pasta salad right next to it, it just muted the coleslaw into just being basically chopped up cabbage, which is fine, but it just, you know, flavor's all about like relative and how they relate. So when you've got like two of the same sort of thing on a plate, while they can be good if they're contrasted, if they're too similar and one's just a blander version of the other, it just makes the one look and just not taste that great. It's like a fish sandwich and some coleslaw and fries. That's great. You got a little starch, you got your savory fish, and you got your bright coleslaw that's refreshing. Oh yes, I like a macaroni salad. That's what kind of like this pasta salad was. It was like rotini, Parmesan, but it was, I don't know. It was really one of the best pasta salads I've ever had. Rotini's really good for that stuff. Penne works. Regular macaroni, now, I'll tell you, macaroni salad, that is one of my favorite things. Like, I like potato salad. I like coleslaw. I like all of them. I'm a pretty big mark for mixed up stuff like that. But a macaroni salad, nothing better. Especially when you're like having some kind of grilling thing. It's really good. It goes well with summer. I associate macaroni salad with summer. And most of those, like coleslaw, we always ate on the holidays and stuff. Which, you know, whatever. But they, whoa, that was weird background music. You'll drink of my RC. Don't wanna burn out the voice so quickly. It's my golden ticket. But yeah, I like a nice macaroni salad too. Good mustardy one. That's always nice. A deviled egg. Deviled egg and a macaroni salad. They go well together. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Barbecue, ribs, steaks, even burgers and hot dogs and things like that. What's nice is if you have hot dogs and you have coleslaw, the coleslaw goes right on top of those hot dogs very well. But just like a relish, you know. It's a little off, but if you don't really have anything else to work with, it works fine. Even though you can also put your chilies and, cheeses and actual relish and things like that. I notice I've really come to appreciate the cucumber, and not for like weird, degenerate things. I just mean it tastes really good, and you can add it to stuff, and it makes it bright. Fucking clip that. I've really come to appreciate the cucumber. Like, that's not something someone should say when it's going to be recorded and archived forever. Maybe, unless the channel gets yeeted. See, potato salad on a hot dog. I don't know. If you got the kind of potato salad where the potatoes aren't big chunks, that can work. Otherwise, you just have brats. No, brats. You just put mustard and or sauerkraut. I couldn't imagine putting anything else on a brat. Not that you couldn't. I'm not like one of those people. It's like, oh, you can't put pineapple on a pizza. I think that sort of fascist food culture is kind of silly. Like, you don't need to apply something good like that to food. Like, it doesn't have to be that serious. But really sauerkraut, onions, mustard is really about the three things that you're going to put on brats. I do like it. I do enjoy a brat. Really like brats, cucumbers, hot dogs, basically foods that look like peanuts. They're super great. That's, oh god. I'm starting off this internet thing with a real auspicious circumstances. Ketchup? I don't know about ketchup. I mean, I guess if you don't have anything else, but I don't see any reason to put ketchup on that. Really, ketchup's it's good for fries. And sometimes other things. But mainly just, a starch. But it depends on what you got. Like, man, if you don't have a lot of shit in your refrigerator, I don't really care. You can get creative. Yeah. Victor Rand, expert of phallic meats and vegetables. Oh man. Oh god. This is terrible. This is terrible. Hope I never I hope I never make it on freaking Cognitive Thoughts Streamlabs donos. It'd be like, I just like all the phallic meats, Just give me a bratwurst and a cucumber, I'll be happy for a few hours. Oh no. I'm gonna have to change my fucking channel name. No, see, I can't do that. I can't. I have to chew. There's no, none of that shit going on. Oh man, I kind of went into the. I couldn't hear myself, but I went into that fucking. What the fuck's that dick's name that Andy is always ripping off for the like what the fuck yeah like that thing. I went into that guy's voice, whoever the fuck that is. Isn't it Jim Norton or something, or a character that Jim Norton did? I don't know. I'm not. I was never hip to Opie and Anthony because I didn't listen to satellite radio. Like I missed that whole transition period. I was listening to just over the air radio, but I didn't live in New York where I think that was broadcast from when it was broadcast. And I usually found Moses' morning zoo shit kind of stupid. Here in our neck of the woods, we have Wags and Elliot, and like it's the same show every day when I listen to it, where they were just like, yeah, Chip Chipperson, that's it. I know nothing of him. I feel like I miss out. I think it's funny when so many people on this fucking goddamn platform will sit there and talk about Opie and Anthony shit and Jim Norton. It's like I have no idea. The first time I ever heard about Opie and Anthony were Think Failure talking about wanting to do a show like they had. And I was like, okay, well, I like what you do. I probably like what they do, but I'm not going to go back and listen to a bunch of old shit. That's silly. Well, I guess it wouldn't be silly, but. Oh, okay. Afternoon drive in, morning zoo, whatever. Like, same difference. They just get on and do, what do they do? I don't know. It's not even the same thing. I guess they were the best at what they did when they did it, but it wasn't best at what they did as far as I knew. I listened to AM radio like some boomer. I was listening to back before I had Sex for Sam contest and X said, what? Why would you get fired for that? That's dumb. Getting deplatformed by your radio station because the advertisers get spooked. Stupid. Advertisers are pussies. They should be more scared that people would get pissed off that they, okay, so like if I'm watching a show, okay, and the advertiser, I have never ever thought in my head, okay, this advertiser pays for this show, so I should go buy their products. Those are never things that that sequence of events is not what's going on in my head. And if a show does something that ticks me off, which not that it, I guess that's not really the right word. If I don't like a show all of a sudden for whatever reason, or say I get offended, which is kind of rare, wouldn't say offended. First, let's put it this way: mild annoyance is not offense, and well, so what? The couple they had in the contest had gotten caught. Well, that's on the couple, isn't it? And were they married? Were they married? Because if it was they were married and they weren't using birth control, I don't see why the cathedral would have a problem with it. Like, they're just, going forth and multiplying. That's no reason for things. That's so really dumb. That makes no sense whatsoever. It's taking all the fun out of things. That's all that is. I've switched to my RC. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, I never understood why. Like, alright, let me think of it like this. If an advertiser had such a problem with something that I'm watching on YouTube, they're telling me that I shouldn't buy their products. How about that, bitches? Like how about you just be over there and just try and subliminally put those products in front of my face and not worry about the actual things that are going on? Oh, well, you get bored in the house of God. So, I guess that is a thing. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. Like, they shouldn't get fired for having something, and then these people take it too far. Even though you could directly relate that back to them, I guess, if they were, sending in the video or something, or the audio into the radio show. But once again, it's not like they went out there and been like, hey, you see that St. Patrick's Cathedral over there? Go and do that thing there. Doesn't make any sense. Ooh. 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 Oh, sorry, that was... Did it just go back to the same one? Yeesh. Yeesh. Maybe we'll do this. Yeah. There we go. Seems like my background music isn't very random. Oh wait. Is that... No, that's not the right one. Really wish I could figure out how to get my chat to just work in the OBS. Why don't you work in the OBS? Will you work this time? No. Can I manage moderators? I got Dangerous Freedom, Shadow Cat, Privileged, White Male. Maybe I could make maybe if I give Nightbot a thing and tell him to do that. Where are you at, Nightbot? I'm gonna get that motherfucker. Well, so what? See, even then, who cares? Yeah, well, that was definitely a mistake on their part. Somebody would definitely do it. There's no way they would be able to be like, we didn't think anyone would actually do it. Of course somebody would do it. There's always going to be one stupid person out there. I just shouldn't ruin the fun for the rest of us. That's not why you don't fire your successful radio jocks, because there are stupid people in the world. Nightbot. Bots don't cry. No, they don't. But they're going to get beaten if they don't show up. I got to figure that out. Now I'm on the motherfucking hunt. Again, new tab here. Go to this. Where the hell are you at, Nightbot? Whoop. Let's see. Maybe here in a minute I should we'll check in on some other live streams that are going on. Would that be a fun time? My whole chat rate of 1. Why even on XM? That's dumb. Weren't they very successful on XM? So why fire them? If they're successful, like, this is what I don't get. I would not care. I am not the kind of person. Maybe it's just me. Apparently it's just me. Oh, look at this. What the hell's a Newfie? Oh yeah. Charlie Dango. Jeez. Should I time him out? Nah, I won't time him out. That would be terrible. That would be... What the fuck is a Newfie? Is that a Newfoundland? Dogs are cool. Those dogs are nice. But I don't know about the Canadians. What the fuck is a Newfie? Okay. Nightbot control panel. Log in. Messages 57. Commands timeout. Okay. There's the top chatter of Eric Foams. Well, ain't that nice? None. Okay. Commands. Do I have to tell him to do it? Maybe I gotta... How does that even work? Roll like a man. Turn up legs. I don't get it. I didn't watch Opie and Anthony. Do I have to type it here? How do you work, Nightbot? How do you work? A good outsider introduction to Opie and Anthony. I'm not studying up on Opie and Anthony. I've listened to enough of you and Failure and everybody talking about how great Opie and Anthony are and doing all their skits. They're not doing their skits so much, but talking about that I don't care. Like, I might as well go I've got plenty of YouTube people trying to, imitate what they were doing to know all I need to know about them. But what I do need to figure out is why my shill bot is not shilling. You better start shilling. How do I get you to do this? User level. Everyone? No one. Let's see. Allow users to get a list and manage commands. Runs a commercial ad. If your channel is partnered. I don't think that makes a thing. You know what? This will be a day. See, this is the problem. I literally had the time to go and mess with this for about 15 minutes before I, went live. And then I can't figure out if I'm ever going live or not. So I end up just going live and start talking and bullshitting and saying random shit for an hour, and I don't even have any ideas, or I can't develop any. He would play Candy Crush. Why would he play Candy Crush? That's awful. He's got work to do. Will Anthony just take over? He'd just be like, "Oh yeah, I'll just I don't care," and just like play fucking Candy Crush. How would he? I don't get to play Candy Crush at work. It'd be cool if I did. Let's see. Oh yeah, all dead air. It's all dead air. I gotta keep talking. Here's Social Rec. He's a moderator. I already did that. Alright, good. I'm not live? No, I'm live. Oh, that'd be nice. Just does radio from the time he was 18. That'd be super fun. Be a good job. Be a good gig to have. But you should probably not play Candy Crush. For one, it can get very frustrating. Maybe that would be funny. You're just sitting there and your co-host takes over and he's talking. You're just like, "Motherfucker! Ah!" And, I guess he lost at another level. Couldn't get all those bubble gums in line before the timer ran out. Well, let's see. Let's check in and see what's going on with other streams. Will that be fun? Why am I going to Patreon? I don't have Patreon. I mean, I do have a Patreon, but I don't go there for things. Let's see. Trending? They took the live category out of trending. That's very odd. Let's see. Nothing but dead air again. Gotta get rid of that dead air spirit. Be gone, dead air spirit. Be gone. Alright. Let's see what AP is into. He's sitting there and getting $2 and having Reagan chop people. Well, that's good for him. Let's see who's in his chat. All kinds of people. Normal people. Pretty much all the old Kumite people. Well, that's good for AP. Good for AP. Let's see what else we got going on. How about Nick Rakita? He's over there on Vic Mignogna. The least important Vic on YouTube right now, obviously, because I'm streaming. So what the fuck? How about Poser Fist? He's playing Sega games. That's dumb. I mean, I guess it's not dumb. I can play Sega games, but I don't have a Sega. I don't even have a Nintendo. Do you have an old 360? Hook that thing up. You guys want to picture something funny? Yeah, I think I'm done with stream sniping for the night. There's not really much to stream snipe. I mean, if I was gonna snipe AP, I'd just go watch AP and not stream. Oh, I gotta do commentary over his commentary over his commentary of things. I'll watch him have a slap fight with Tonka for no good reason. Oh wait, I should mute myself. Get emulators. I don't wanna. I don't even like playing games that much. Albeit, alright, so have picture this in your mind. I have an Xbox 360. I have a Kinect. Alright. I've got I think most of the Kinect games except for like the exercise ones. But the one that I've been playing recently because the kid likes playing it or basically the people in my family like watching me play it is Michael Jackson The Experience. So, you know, you turn it on and I sit here and I dance very badly to Michael Jackson songs while being instructed by people showing you how to dance with like Michael Jackson does. Some of the moves I actually get down pretty well. Like I can get some of those like some of the posing things where he kind of like moves a little bit, but other than that, I cannot figure out how to be like I cannot raise my right leg and my left arm at that same time. Like I can do parallel, like I can go all left or all right, but I can't go left and right and then right and left. Like I am nowhere nearly that coordinated. I also haven't had singing and dancing drilled into my head by my dad since the age of 6 either. So that, you know, yeah. Here's the thing, I like the blunt stream. It's a fun time. I can't say that I was bored ever watching it, really. But I have to say the favorite part of it is the 5 minutes of like lo-fi music that plays before it starts, and then the actual Los Tejas intro and the little clip right before it. I think that's the favorite part of my show. The inherent problem with clip shows is they're only as good as the clips that they have. So if they're not getting good clips that are entertaining, they're not going to have a good show. They're just going to have a bunch of random World Star videos that don't really, you know, pop. And eventually you get drowned out to that sort of thing. Like, you know, I could listen to Cog talk about stupid drama stuff all day and try and like autistically parse down people's beefs. But as far as like when he gets to the cop stuff, I'm about 3 or 4 clips in before it's just like, alright, someone's gonna die or someone's gonna get beat or someone's not gonna get beat. So many of those fight videos don't even end in any kind of blood. They just kind of a few punches here and there and then it gets broken up or nonsense like that. It's just like, why? You know, you gotta have a good clip show. You have to have good clips. And the thing is, you can't go out there and like make those clips. I mean, you can. Other people do it. That's what IRL streaming was all about. Was trying to get stupid people to react to them and get a good clip out of it, basically. But that's how you ended up with motherfuckers, you know, whipping out guns on people and, yelling at them to stay back and all that nonsense. All that nonsense. You know, any kind of genre sort of has a limited shelf life. That's why once you were right earlier in the chat, it doesn't apply to food. Variety is the spice of life. I've got to add some variety to this gimmick. I mean, I can't sit here and rip off Social Rec's thing and just be a more white-pilled Social Rec that's a little maybe schizo sounding and, you know, really bad with the ADD. Albeit, he seems to think he has ADD. I think I've mentioned that. He's mentioned that. But I don't see it. He stays on a subject pretty well, and his tangents logically lead off of what he was talking about. So I don't really call it a tangent, just as where as the conversation went. Which is what happens. And I'll sit here and be like talking about something dumb and then remember some detail about a car, and then I'm on to cars for no good reason. You're right. I do need to get Hangouts, and I need to get... Well, I have Discord, but I gotta work on getting that shit set up. Like I said, I came down here 15 minutes before I went live, so I don't get a whole lot of time to sit behind this desk and prepare anything. And I'm usually not off work until late. Which, good news is, I'm going to be driving there soon, so that's going to be fun. Should be a substantial bump in pay. Well, maybe in take-home money. But that'll be good. Plus, it's so much easier to drive than it is to do anything else. Like, you're just standing in a spot, waiting to do stuff. It's boring. So boring. It's hot, typically. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Let's see, I do have some ideas. I've got about 15 to 20 whatchamacallits. They're like newspapers, but they're not a newspaper. They're like an alternative newspaper that's run by communists called the Free Press. And they've got local, like, third-party and offbeat politicians and professors that have written for it. And they do all kinds of things. There's like every week there's a vegan section. Do you drive like a van or something? No, I just drive my own car. No. Dude, I show up and you get food. And then I get money. That's how that works. And it's more lucrative than you'd think. I would like to get a van, though. But not for that. I mean, for that sometimes, but if I'm going to go to trouble to buy a van, then I'm not getting that van out unless there's a guarantee on the product that I'm moving. So, but yeah, that's what I do throughout the daytime. And then I started this other job in the like kitchen cooking, and they seem to like me there. But as soon as I turned around and saw like how busy their actual drivers were, I was like, I'm in the wrong field, especially when I'm already driving at another place. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a step up. But so anyhow, the plus, I mean, come on, I drive around in an old cop car. It's like super fun. Yeah, because I don't like to mix I don't like to mix too much of it. I don't really know what brings it up. I mean, in fact, kind of not have a whole lot to talk about. So it's kind of, and it also helps to explain why I work non-stop pretty much throughout the week and late into the night. And it also helps to explain why I'll be in chats intermittently throughout the day, and why I use speech to text so often. Which I gotta get that set up too, because I really like the idea of talking into this thing, having it convert to speech to text, and then playing on the and then just playing on the stream and doing a whole stream of my speech to text being bad at what it does. I just got to figure out a way to make that happen. Like I could try. Maybe I don't know. What kind of car do I drive around in? I drive around in a 2011 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. So there you go. It's from Canada. I bought it used from at a dealership north of here, and you know, low miles, pretty good shape. The air conditioning needs fixed, and I need to put the I need to do a brake job on it. I mean, they're not bad. It's just time for just to do a pad slap. But yeah, I bought it because it's the most reliable thing I could think to buy. Oh, I know. And you know, with the traditional rear-wheel drive V8 layout, it's easy to work on. There's nothing complicated about it. Doesn't have a lot of computer bullshit on there. So, the car I had previous to that was a 2003 Mercury Sable, and that thing was a piece of shit. Because for one, it's a fairly large car with front-wheel drive and a V6 engine. So, and a weak transmission, which is because the transmission was starting to go bad in it. I think it had a grounding problem with the starter is what actually killed it, because I replaced the starter and it still wouldn't turn over. I had battery and all that stuff was fine, but I think I didn't either ground it properly or the just the ground. Anyway, at the time I really didn't have the money to get into it and try and fix it, but I had two cars at the time, so I was like, you know what, just get rid of this one. All it was doing was causing me headaches at the moment. But the thing is, that car was a great piece of shit. It did do well in the winter when I put the snow tires on it. And honestly, when I started driving in that car, it was really bad off. Like, nearly nothing worked. It was, you know, just everything needed replaced. I ended up probably replacing 80% of that car, really. Had new rear suspension, the drive shafts, the transmission, the steering rack. Didn't have to replace the compressor, but I think the alternator once. Yeah, the alternator went bad. The starter went bad. Uh, let's see. Had to do some belts myself. Did a brake job on it once for the front. That was easy. Let's see. But you know, yeah, the old Chevy Caprice, they were actually the superior vehicle as far as that goes. But the problem is, in the 90s, they didn't switch over to, oh yeah, those were really good. But in the 90s, they didn't switch over to the electric fans. So sitting at a light trying to, you know, doing a speed track gimmick would get really hot on the engine with the AC on. That's why they ended up going with the Fords after like 92 or something like that. Or maybe it wasn't even 92. I don't remember. I don't think I had a 93 Crown Vic, and I don't think it had an electric fan. Maybe it did. I mean, those ones you would have a clutch. The way you know, you had the old Caprice, so you definitely had a fan clutch. Man, those old boxy Caprices were so nice. That was back when GM made things worth driving. The actual Impalas they made after that were the same, you know, basic thing, those were good too. It's just they, at that time, like Ford had such dominance. It became so ubiquitous that they're just, you know, everybody just started using them, and so the big cars went away, and then GM really started to go downhill. Yeah, I had an 86 Cutlass Supreme. That was actually my first car. Well, my second car. I never got around to driving the first one because my dad was like, I just don't want you in that car for some reason. My first actual car was a 1980 Ford Fairmont station wagon, and that would have been awesome. And I really just should have been like, should have just kept it. Because it had an inline 6. Yeah, of course it had a V8. Had an inline 6. It was a station wagon. Yeah, it had some rust, but it was, a good, simple car. Would have been fun. Rear wheel drive. Then I got that Cutlass Supreme. It was a V6. And that was a nice car. It had its issues, but it was alright. It was fairly reliable. Oh yeah, dude, those things are great. I always like the really big body square ones. It's too bad so many of them get turned into skyscrapers. And then I had a 93 Crown Victoria that was, when every car was forest green for some reason. And that was a good car. I think I had that for like 10 years. And I probably would still have it today if I'd have known more about vehicles, because I didn't have reverse. Like, I didn't have the reverse gear anymore. So it was time to like probably get rid of it. But later on I got to thinking it was probably a vacuum line that was not letting it shift into reverse. And if I'd have just fixed that vacuum line, could have had another 10 years. Could have it today. So anyway, then I ended up getting that 2003 Mercury Sable. That was a real piece of shit. And pretty much, like, it ran great for a year, and then everything started to go bad on it. The transmission actually is what went really bad on it. I ended up going and buying a Toyota RAV4. It was a 2012 Toyota RAV4. That car was awesome. I loved it. And some guy rear-ended me, and so that car got totaled. And that really sucked. Because then I had to go and fix the stupid Sable and put a new transmission in that. So that ended up costing me more money, because I ended up just having to fix the stupid damn car that I was trying to get out of in the first place. Yeah. And then the AC went bad in that, so I was like, well, I'm not paying $1,000 to fix the AC. Because the compressor went bad. And then, so I went and bought that fucking Crown Victoria. Now the compressor's bad in that, but as opposed to $1,000 to fix the compressor, to have a mechanic fix the compressor in that, on the Sable, this would be like $600 to $800, because you don't have to get down in the engine and like loosen this thing out and take this out to actually get the stupid compressor out of it. Whereas like my car, it's pretty much just unbolt it and turn it 90 degrees or whatever and drops out. It's fine. It's a lot easier to work on, much like your V8 would have been. That's the problem with a lot of these cars. All that V6 and a front wheel drive, or a V8 and front wheel drive, it's a bad combination for as far as maintenance and repairs. But this is not the car stream that I was going to have it be. That's not it. It's not what I was here to talk about. Wasn't even here to talk about. Well, I didn't have anything to talk about. So I guess that was that. But no. So anyway, yeah, that's what I drive around in. It's pretty cool. It's freaking black and white. Like, it's got a black body and then a white roof and white doors. Like, it's lovable. That's, I think, the best word for it. And I do get tired of the, oh man, I thought I was in trouble. You're like, no, you're not in trouble. I needed a reliable car. Just needed a reliable car. That's all I needed. Hopefully, soon enough, maybe this winter or the next winter, I want to buy sometime after 2004, in between 2004 and probably 2012, I really want to find a Toyota 4Runner so I can have two vehicles again, because I need two vehicles. And That'll give me a lot of cargo space. That'll give me four-wheel drive. That'll give me a ultra reliable platform to build off of. And it'll also take some of the stress off the one car that I have, since I'm really going to be driving, one 6 months out of the year and the other one 6 months out of the year. So it gives me a chance to do maintenance on the car I'm not driving. And so when I get that lined up, I can actually get around to doing some of the car projects that I wanted to do and film on YouTube. Like, I don't know. Let's see. What was I going to do to it? I need to put lights on my car. I don't mean like headlights and shit, but I mean fog lights and light bars and stuff like that. Like, not the police kind, but just, just to have extra lights and just some, cosmetic things. Get a rear view camera. I want to paint the car to all be one color. So I plan on basically painting it all as a black undercoat, and then around the sides I'm going to make that all a rhino liner, like truck bed lining, because as much as I drive it, I'm always driving through stupid stuff and trees and things like that, like, because they don't cut the trees and the brush out of the alleys around here very well. So you're always, getting branches whipping on your shit. And I'm going to probably add some fender flares to it because the wheel wells are starting to rust a little bit. So I'll cut that out, maybe weld in some new metal there, or plastic. And maybe plastic, just because I could probably get it to stick on there with a heat gun. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'll just go take like some fender flares off a Jeep Wrangler and stick them on. It'll look really stupid, but it's good enough. And it'll be nice for the rain. It's already got the WeatherTech like window visor things. I like those. I want to do a rhino line on the roof, because where the actual like police lights were, it's got the holes, and they put these little rubber plugs in them. But those plugs are starting to get shot, so every time when it rains really hard, like water comes through my dome light. So that's always funny. And but I want to fix that problem, and I'll just rhino line the top of that. Plus, I typically tend to set stuff on top of the roof and the trunk and the hood, but I don't want to rhino line the hood, like the engine hood, because I need heat to dissipate better than what it does. Because you can get heat out of the engine bay. The whole thing is actually a lot cooler. Your AC, which is very important to me, will run better and work better, because it doesn't have to work as hard to get rid of the waste heat. Let's see, what else did I want to do to it? I wanted to put a small weapons rack into some of the holes that are in the trunk lid, because it's got places where you can screw stuff in. I thought that'd be a good place to put like a toolbox and a place for a sword. Don't ask me why, but I just think it'd be funny to have a spot for it. I just need a freaking fedora and a trench coat and a katana. I'll be fucking soaring to the top of YouTube with that. I just think it'd be funny to have and practical in a sense. Let's see, what else did I want to put in there? I kind of wanted to. I might end up removing some of the back seat to make more room for cargo. I've got a radio that I plan on. I'm going to try and put that in tomorrow, actually. I had to go to a junkyard and pull some parts. So, hopefully I get that radio put in tomorrow. I need a rear view camera system. I was going to eventually set up a multi-camera system that has like backup, blind spots, and maybe one or two forward-facing cameras, and a blind spot cameras would be cool too. Just because that'll be really nice. The interior, eventually I want to move the window and door lock controls. Eventually go through and reroute some of the electricals where you can have a startup procedure. So you have, a switch for your fuel pump, a switch for your, you have a battery cutoff switch that you typically have in a race car, push button start. But basically, so when and the fans, like all that kind of stuff, I want those to be manually switched instead of just when you turn the car on, they're all just on. I want to like get in the car. Basically, the idea would be to get in the car, put the key in, switch the car on the on position, and then sit there and flip on the fuel pump, flip on your fans, flip on the stuff, everything that you would, just like a race car would or an airplane would, where that's all independently controlled instead of it being on a power box. And flip all that on, hit the momentary switch to hit the starter, have that all lined up pretty much like where your sun visor would be. And then I want to take the sun visors out, put the switch panel there, then get a solid sun visor that rolls back up into the area underneath or like behind the I don't know what you would call it. It'd be like the roof panel or the ceiling panel in there. That's, it's not the roof, but it's the space in between the roof and the actual ceiling inside the car. It just rolls up into that, so you can just roll that down as a sun visor. And then have all that stuff up there in a central control board with all the windows and stuff. Plus, you take the windows and the power door locks out of the door. This is something that's really dumb. Ford used to do this, and it was really smart, and they should have kept doing it. I don't know why they didn't. But they used to have all those controls were in the center console, so your windows and your seats and all that stuff, that was all, right behind the gear shift level or the gear selector. And the doors just had a handle. And that's good because when it's raining, you're not getting, and you have the windows down, you're not getting rain all over your stupid, you're not getting rain all over your switches, So you put that stuff in the doors, it gets rained on when you get in and out, when you have to hold the door open, if you don't happen to have air conditioning like I do at the moment. So you gotta roll with the windows down a little bit when it starts raining, like, and you get water in there, and all of a sudden you've got like I've literally, if you're driving professionally, as I do, the stupid thing, I got a little puddle. In the actual handle for the little puddle where you put your hand to close the door. There's a puddle in there. That's not good. I should have a drain there. But there should not be electrical stuff on the door. That's silly. Especially when you can all pipe it through the one wiring. And that's it. You gotta have like two wiring. You have to have two wiring harnesses and bundles of wires that goes to the doors that have to, deal with being opened and closed all the time. It's less reliable than just having one bundle of wires go right up the, right underneath the trim and a little switch panel that's right there by your right hand. That's where that stuff ought to be. Oh, and another thing I thought would be fun to do is have get some lasers, and you can have like tool lasers, right? So they project a line and set up lasers on it to where you can use that as a tracking thing. So you can track exactly where the front center of your car is, where the borders are. So if you're going up toward an alley or something like that, or if you need to know if you have enough space to get through something, you just switch those on and you can gauge whether or not you've actually got room to get through something before you get there, going slowly and operating with all. The problem with that is you got to remember to turn it off, because I don't think you should be projecting lasers out into the road like that on a normal basis. but it would be handy to know, and it looked cool. Uh, let's see, what else did I want? Oh yeah, ground effects, wheel well lights, all set up to a color change thing, and I could, eventually get that to sync with the radio, a control unit, because that would be super fun. Uh, horsepower stuff, I don't really have any plans for that. Mainly because, I mean, it's got a V8 in it, it's got gearing enough, and really, most of the stuff you do to do performance on a thing just makes it unreliable. So, yeah, exactly, like Cat Whispers, but lasers. Uh, that kind of thing. You know, I had other ideas. I used to write them down, but I don't know how to write anymore. I only type or do speech to text. But let's see. What else was I gonna do with that car? That's about it. The oh yeah, and it would be nice to have it as a platform to for camera work and things like that. One of the things I gotta do is one of these nights just leave and go drive around and just have a big long driving video where it's just a point of view on the road. Like one of the videos on my early, like, second video, I think, after that Kumite video that I did way back for AP versus Carl. I was just basically just screwing around with how to upload stuff. All that stuff was on my phone. That was terrible. It's terrible. I gotta get some time. That's what I need to do. I gotta get some time to work on all this crap. I might have to maybe do a stream every other week for a time while I do some stuff like that. But whatever. And if I get off early from work a few nights, I might be able to get down here and get some stuff done. It's hard to get motivated when you've worked all day to be like, all right, I'm gonna go do my third job now that doesn't pay me, and that kind of thing. Because I know YouTube's not a job, even though it can be a job. It's actually not a job. Job's not the right word for it. It's an income-producing hobby if you're decently good at it, and good at it means people watch you for some reason. Really doesn't matter what. But that's the idea, That's about it. I don't know. I think I'm actually going to cut this one off tonight. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. Oh yeah, I do have. Okay, so I have all these like free press things. Kumite. Yeah. So I got all these free press papers, and I'll do the sriracha. She said, "Oh man, I can't even do that." Yeah. Ugh, I can't even do Andy Worski. How the hell does he do that? Carl was so good. He was so good. I don't have anything. Maybe RC saved me. Lubricate these vocal pipes. It's sriracha. It just go. I don't know. The faggots. How is that? Oh god. You wanna fight Tonka? Geek, save me. I'm gonna flag your channel, buddy. I can't do it. I'm not good at it. Not good at impression. Or impersonation. One or the other. But, anyway. So the last issue of the Free Press for the July has got this big thing in here talking about Trump's detention camps. It's all done by these like super social justice warriors, and I hate to say that term like that, but like literally that's what they are. They describe themselves as such, fighting for that thing. And man, I read them every month. They come out every month. This other paper that Oh man, the best part about this other paper that I got is they used to be called the other paper, but now they're the Alive. And they just cover like cultural stuff. They don't really do like news like a newspaper, but the actual big newspaper around here bought them a few years ago. And I've been saving their issues every week for the past like I don't know, 2 or 3 months. And so I was just gonna go through and make fun of some of the things they do. They've got a couple people on there. There's like one guy who he works for some organization called the Scioto Reserve or something like that. And basically they just bitch about people driving and they want to take people they want to reduce people driving their cars and get public transport and have people ride bikes and do all this fucking bullshit. So I really want to take gonna take them down a peg. And they've got a section called the Rainbow Rant. That's always good and fun. Uh, so anyway, I've got those things that I'm going to just basically edit them together into a just to have a bunch of highlighted stuff. I'm going to go through those and do like an article weight of sorts, but you know, response videos and that sort of thing. And plenty of people do it already, so I don't plan on doing it very much. But the best part is I open up this week's edition of it, and it's going to be such a great finale because I open up this week's and they're like, "Oh, we're going to be out of print, but you can follow us at columbusalive.com." And it's like, "Oh, okay." So basically, I know this is the way all newspapers are going in a sense, but it's really nice when some organization you would consider like, say, an enemy they got to shutter their shit and hang it up, and they're not going to be in print. They're going to be on a website that no one visits and they get no interaction with. And that's going to be the end of them, basically. A little. They're all going to be unemployed or working, not on their own little paper. So that'll be big funny. Uh, there's a few other ones. Like I took the planner for the Comfest thing that happened because they're a bunch of goddamn hippies. And they got a bunch of silly shit in their community festival. Some of it's actually more reasonable than you'd expect, but I got that coming in the pipes. Hopefully I'm just gonna take some pictures of the rest of this install tomorrow. So I'll have if anyone likes to see a radio being put into a car, as if there aren't enough videos of that on YouTube. I'll probably be putting that one up as soon as I get that shit together and I can. Well, first I got to get it in there. Then I got to actually edit what there is to edit and just make not terribly serious. It's basically just an exercise to get to know my video editor and familiarize myself with that program. Let's see. What else did I have in line? That's about it. Anyhow, I think that's all I got tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Wish you all a good night. We're going to go ahead and shut this shithole down. Later.